Hello and welcome. I'm your host, elizibar, and this is an absolutely terrible screenshot. I don't know why it turned out this way. But anyway, this shows exactly what I want to talk about with Moose, okay? So many of Moose's matches are some little dude kicks Moose in the knee 57 times, and Moose eventually loses. And it's boring. You can only do that so many times before it's like, why are you even having Moose wrestle these people? You know? That's how he's lost in like every pay-per-view he showed up in, except for when he was wrestling Kenny Omega. And Kenny just kind of legitimately like, I'm a big enough guy, I can actually go toe to toe with you. But most of the people that Moose seems to wrestle are much smaller than him. And he loses. Moose is not legitimately a threat. Like, watching Impact Wrestling, don't really think to myself, oh boy, Moose, he's going to beat that guy up. Because Moose has lost so many times to much smaller people. And it ain't cool. It ain't fun. It is a nothing. It is a nothing burger. There's no meat there. It's all bun. And that's not how it should be. Now, watching Moose and Kenny Omega wrestle, I kind of realized that Moose is actually probably best used the same way WCW used Goldberg for so long, where you have Moose come in, he murders somebody in 5 minutes or less, and the match is over. Not every wrestling match needs to be a 40-minute long war. Most of you wrestlers out there, and while I really enjoy watching a lot of you people work because you do some spectacular stuff, you're not Okada. Quit trying to copy Okada. Find your own match style. And believe me, 35-minute wars is not necessarily the match style that everybody should have. It just isn't. Faster paced matches generate generally more excitement because it's really hard for a lot of wrestlers to generate the kind of emotional energy that really pulls off a 30-minute match. Like, you gotta really, really have a lot of juice in your match to go for 30 minutes and wrestle somebody. That's just a fact. You really got to have a lot in the tank to do something like Kenny Omega and Okada, where they did that best of three falls thing that went on for. How long did that even go on for? Like 100 minutes or something? Like, it was ridiculous. Because it was three separate wrestling matches. It was slow, but it was a lot of fun because they both had the charisma to make it work. Now, again, back to Moose. Like, Moose isn't the best talker on the mic, but what he is super intimidating. He is an imposing dude. I would not want to get into a fight with Moose. And what he's doing here to Josh Alexander and taking the belt from Josh Alexander is exactly what Moose should be doing all the time. Moose should come out, throw people around the ring for a few minutes, maybe land a couple big punches on them, and then when the person's dazed, he backs up, goes to the corner, spears them, match is over. It's exciting, it's fast, it's brutal, and it makes you go, wow, Moose is a scary dude. So when the next pay-per-view shows up and Moose has to put on like a 30-minute workshop with somebody, you think to yourself, Moose is incredible, he's going to murder this guy, and then the other guy doesn't get murdered. And then having people go like, oh man, I'm going to kick Moose's right knee 17 times. That's stupid. Yes, we all know he's a big man. And the commentators will go, well, you got to take the big man off his feet. You got to destroy his vertical base. It's too dang formulaic and it's boring. There's no other way to put it. There really isn't. You got to let Moose shine. You should let Moose be a terror. And this right here is a great example of how Moose should be operating. Moose setting up like a six-man tag match against some other people, and da-da-da-da-da. That's not how Moose should be operating. Moose should just come in, murder people, and go. Impact has this really horrible tendency to be like, oh man, we got to make this a triple threat match for no reason. For no stupid reason. It's dumb. Oh, we're going to put the challengers and the champion all in this big six-man tag match. No, that's stupid. I know why you're doing it. You're trying to build hype and da-da-da and figure out like exactly which one of these dudes is going to be the most legitimate threat. Pro tip, probably not Matt Cardona. Like, how long has he even been working at Impact this time? Like, didn't he run off to GCW or something to crack light tubes over people last year? Oh, that's a whole nother digression. But you got to use Moose in the way that Moose should be used. And I think Moose should be used exactly like here. Like, I keep looking at that picture, blurry as it is, and Moose is absolutely like a terrifying dude. He legitimately he's a big enough dude, he's got the right background. A spear from him should be the most terrifying thing in your company. Let him do it more often. Let him win more matches real quick. Now, this is a special match, of course, because he won it in like 15 seconds, like total. Because he beat up a guy who just went through like a 35-minute battle with Christian. Really, that's how Moose matches should go. Use him like Goldberg. Just let him obliterate people, and then everybody's scared of him. He probably doesn't even need a belt if you're doing that. If he just comes out and annihilates people, he probably doesn't actually need to have that gold around the waist because he's too scary. Where's he going to go? If he gets the belt, like he has now, he has to lose it. I really like that thing they did with Moose. Was it late last year, early this year? Like when I started watching this, and Moose had that like old belt from TNA that was found in storage or whatever, and they did that whole thing. And then what? They Rich Swann unified the belts or something. That was stupid. You should have let Moose keep that. And Moose's story arc shouldn't have had him like demanding the Impact like title for himself. It should have been he's like degrading the Impact title every time he comes out, and he beats up like the Impact belt holder, but not in a title match, like something like that. And then Moose can keep that one belt and keep repping it. And he's got gold. It's kind of like the $1 million belt, you know, it's his gold, but he's still got gold. So it gives him something to brag about, and it gives him something that he can just trash everybody else over because their belt's not as good as his. That would have been cool. And I think it's too late to do that, but that sure would have been a lot of fun. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Moose. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.